the Associate Professor of English of the Youth Halal Sanskrit College in Rowley of West Champaran. Today I am going to teach the students of the Shastri class 3rd year. The prose piece Nanhe the Little Great Man, written by Dr. Mankekar, is prescribed for the students of Shastri 3rd year. In this chapter, Dr. Mankekar has described the life history of Lal Bahadur Shastri, who was the Prime Minister of India, who ruled over India after the death of Pandit Nehru. As a Prime Minister, Lal Bahadur Shastri ruled over India as a Prime Minister for more than 17 months. By presenting a reference to a man who later on became the king of Mysore. However, this was not predicted by any astrologer. Similarly, nobody of our country knew this man who later on became the Prime Minister of India, and no astrologer had predicted about him. In this way, nobody knows the fate and future of a man. Lal Bahadur Shastri was known as by his another name Nanhe, because he was a man of short height. His personality was a diminutive size. He was a man of very short height, and so he was called Nanhe. He was born in a very poor family. The name of his mother was Ram Dulari Devi. He was born at Mughal Sarai near Varanasi. Once he fell into the holy river Ganga in course of visiting a fair, but very soon he was found out and restored to his mother with the help of the police. In this way, his childhood was spent. Lal Bahadur's birthday, like that of Mahatma Gandhi, falls on October 2nd. He was born at Mughal Sarai near Varanasi in 1904. As he was called Shastri, many thought that Lal Bahadur was a Brahman. Actually, it only represented the Shastri degree of Kashi Vidyapith. Shastri degree is equivalent to the degree of BA in general way, and Shastri is especially given to the students of Sanskrit. He studied there for 4 years and obtained the Shastri degree at Kashi Vidyapith. He studied there for 4 years and also got the degree in philosophy. His father, Shree Sharda Prasad, was a poor school teacher. He later became a clerk in the revenue office in Allahabad. As his father died when he was only a year and a half old, his young mother with her 2 daughters and a son moved to her father's house. His grandfather, Hazari Lal, was the head of a large family of grand-uncles, grand-aunts, uncles and so many other family members. Lal Bahadur thus reached the age of 10 while living with his maternal grandfather. By this time he had passed his 6th class. Now he moved to Banaras, where he lived with his maternal uncle Raghunath Prasad, a head clerk in the Banaras municipal city. The young Lal Bahadur was much impressed by the ideal of non-attached action and a strong moral character for which his uncle too. It is not a fact that Lal Bahadur swam his way to school because he had no money to pay the boat fare during his childhood. So once he passed the flowing stream of the holy Ganga river to go back to his house, because those days he had no money at all. Another incident of his boyhood shows his sensitive nature. When he was a boy of 6, he went to a public garden with other boys. They climbed on trees to pluck fruits. Mischievously, Nanhe satisfied himself with plucking a flower from a bush nearby. The boy, smelling danger, ran away, but Nanhe remained. The Mali caught hold of Nanhe and beat him severely. Nanhe protested against this on the ground that he was a poor, fatherless boy. The Mali replied that he would have behaved better on that account. This advice Nanhe remembered even afterwards. At school, Lal Bahadur was an average student, but he was a boy of quiet nature, quiet and shy nature. His teachers loved him much, and he had much interest in arithmetics. He had also interest in the reading of English and history. As he grew up, Lal Bahadur's interest became broader and more mature. He developed a sense of responsibility to society. The call of freedom movement moved him. He read carefully news and literature about the activities and speeches of the Indian National Congress and the great political leaders. Once he borrowed money to go to Banaras to listen to the moving speech of Lokman Tilak. The great leader taught that the fight for freedom should begin when the foreign rulers were in difficulties. This was the speech of Lokman Tilak. At the age of 11, Lal Bahadur had his first memorable sight of Gandhiji. In 1915, Gandhiji came to Banaras to lay the foundation stone of the buildings of Banaras Hindu University. Criticized the British rulers and their supporters, the Indian princes. Gandhiji criticized the supporters of the British rulers. At this time, Lal Bahadur joined the Boy Scout movement or the Bharat Seva Samiti, and in the course of walking tours and picnics with other boys, he actively took part in problems organizing out of India's sufferings under the foreign rule. He always knew his mind. Even in his youthful days, he showed a hard strength of character behind his soft exterior. He died while he was making an assignment on the pact of India with Pakistan in Tashkent. In this way, he controlled India for more than 17 months, and whatever